Isn't Elyse supposed to come here?
Did you book her?
I didn't book her flight, so.
I hate that bitch. Where's everyone?
RTX.
It is RTX. We gotta go.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Whoops.
uh-oh.
Oh, wait, the drinks.
We're just gonna do some rearranging real quick.
Sorry, we forgot we needed a 5th chair. Good, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Yay!
Hi, everyone. Oh my God. I love you. Well, welcome everyone to Always Open. I am your host, Barbara Dunkelman. Woo! And with me today,
I'm Ashley. Yay!
I'm absent, now present, Elyse Williams, hi.
I'm Bethany.
Yay!
And it's me.
Wait, what's the rest of it?
Your friendly neighborhood
Fiance?
Spider-Man?
diversity hire. Good God.
Yeah.
Welcome to the blonde panel.
You guys, the white power panel, it's tomorrow. You're too early.
Well, so thank you guys so much for coming. Hold on, we don't have any drinks.
I don't.
Is that water?
Do you have any drinks?
Yeah. I don't know if he's here.
You look hot today.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, don't die.
We knew that was going to happen. That was
We actually
scripted.
prepared
That
that
was
for the
planned.
show. Hi, Texas.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Gonna sit with my little ladies up here.
Got
Your
Texas
friendly
on the
neighborhood Texas.
So we're going to do a regular show for you guys. We're going to take some questions from the audience. But first, we have a little special bloopers reel / never before seen footage from some of our test episodes that no one has ever gotten to see. So we're going to play the bloopers reel. Tech backstage, please and thank you.
They have the harmonies going in this version. This is the next chorus that nobody knows.
I don't know if I would ruin somebody's life with this because he's married now, but he probably doesn't watch this, so. No, like my best friend in high school, we used to have slumber parties.
Uh-huh.
And we would.
Did you do a lot of sleeping at your slumber parties?
No, we mostly just jerked each other off.
Sweeping.
Yeah, it was like super great. Everything was awesome. And then we graduated high school. I went to college for a little bit. Then I dropped out. Then we moved to Austin together, lived in an apartment together. And I was like, awesome. Like, we're going to be like jacking each other off all the time. But then he moved his girlfriend in.
Oh, that's not
And then
how
it
you
was-
were hoping that would go.
Less cool than I thought it would be.
So like while you're listening to the bait, you're just checking yourself off.
Like, it could have been me.
The tears make great lube.
Yeah.
They're like, what's that down there?
And like a thumb, like a human thumb.
So what about chubby Chris Pratt?
Oh, he can get it. And
Oh, he can
also
absolutely get
Chris
it.
Pratt in, like ripped Chris Pratt, like Jurassic World Chris Pratt.
Dude, they honestly,
totally
every
get it.
version of Chris Pratt could get
Yeah.
it.
I would just sit on his dick.
Yeah.
I would just break it in half.
I would just eat it.
I would like to snuggle with him and take him for a nice, respectful dinner.
Oh, wow.
And then sit on his
Beautiful.
dick.
The first time I saw porn was like a Hustler magazine that my friend's dad bought for him, because I think he knew that we were a bunch of homos. It's like, here's some great stuff to like, you know. And so we actually had like a slumber party. Like we all would go into his closet. No, but like we would like each go in individually and we were like, okay, let's see who can get a boner first. And so like we would all go in there and we would look at the magazine and then be like, okay, I have a boner, like everybody come look, you know, and like then everybody would come in and,
This was a thing?
to like show off your boner and be like, look, I got a boner.
Are all your friends gay too?
Did you ever show off your vaginas to your friends?
I feel like young guys are a little gay.
How fast did you get that boner?
Oh, yeah, did you time it? Did you
God.
guys have like a stopwatch?
Dude, like when I was like 12, 13, like there was hardly any time that I wasn't masturbating.
Okay.
Like it was pretty much hard for 4 or 5 years there.
Oh my gosh.
I always would just do the tuck up.
Into the belt loop?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand how
The tuck up's
they
good.
work.
It's easy. The only thing is if anybody was to lift up your shirt,
Tell me your penis
there'd be dick. There'd be some dick.
Should be on. All your phones on our airplane or silent?
Now it is.
Watch.
Sink.
Bathtub.
Second fix.
Did you clap?
It was so perfect. That was a good one.
how much you
What
were
a little
tickled by that.
shit.
Have you ever burped, or is this just something you have
I have
lost
never-
over time?
I have never, I've burped about 10 times in my life, and when I do burp, they sound like this. So I've never had like a, you know, like a,
I just want to like sit you down on a couch and just like push on
yeah,
your stomach.
but then again, I fart a lot, which I think is like all that goes south.
What do those sound like?
Those are like helicopters and like bombs being dropped. Those are intense.
You know what this calls for? Oh God. Quick melody.
Hey! Oh, I was just getting into it.
Yeah.
No, that's the end.
Oh man. Hey, if you've ever been on an episode or are a part of the crew for Always Open, could you stand up, please?
Patty.
Thank you guys. So yeah, this show has been just an absolute dream come true for so many of us at Rooster Teeth, especially the ladies. There's so many wonderful people who we don't often get to see, and to finally get them to be on a show with all of us, me and it's me, Mariel, has been just like a dream come true. And speaking of Mariel, so we're gonna start off things with Roast or Toast.
This is gonna be good.
And Mariel volunteered herself.
Well, let me give you some backstory. So when we first started thinking of this segment, this is the video that I based it off of. And I was like, let's just show like our most embarrassing moments, the thing like, you know, evidence of these moments, and like let's put them out there for people to laugh at, and we can all make fun of them. And then, so I was thinking of this video the entire time, and I never wanted to show it because I wanted it to be so super special, because I might like go home and never come out of my house once it gets out. But you know, if I'm not here when it's done, then you know I'm like home crying.
So we're gonna watch this video, and then we're all probably gonna make fun of Mariel. So could we please roll the roast video? Wow.
Okay, who else got a little wet? I know I did.
I have so many questions.
Okay, well, this is all about me. so let's
Explain.
So you knew you were gay then, right?
Okay. Barbara. Yeah, since I was born, probably. But so my parents have a lot of parties back home, and this, I think I was like 13 or 14. My brother, who's here, he's right there. He had gone off to college and left a bunch of his clothes, and so my parents have their parties, and they all have all of their friends have kids who are my age. So I love to edit things and make videos and edit, and I was like, guys, like, what if we just like dress in drag, shoot a video? It'll be so much fun. Like, please let me do this.
And then all make out together.
We didn't make out. God no.
Was
those
it
girls
just
were my
like
sisters.
empty swirl, like spinning chairs after you said this? Everyone ran off?
Yeah, yeah. But no, all of my friends, luckily, like my best friend Kim, she was super into it. And they were all just like, okay, like we realize you have a passion for this. You like really want to do it, so I guess we'll play along. So yeah, we like raided my brother's closet, put on all of his clothes, and then shot this video. And I was I wanted to be filming things, and I wanted to be working on things and editing things. And
It was very well edited.
Thank you. I worked very hard.
But you do a lot of that stuff. She
Windows
makes
Movie
presentations
Maker.
constantly for us in the office. And she's also a DJ. I don't know if you guys know that.
A little.
She's a
I do a
professional
little this.
DJ.
I do a little this.
That's what we call masturbating.
No, that's what you call masturbating.
Oh, by the way, my entire family is here, just so you know. Like,
My entire family's here too.
Dunklemania.
let's not ever think about that for the rest of the panel. They're not here.
So yeah, that's what I would do for fun, man. And you know what? Whatever. I'm here.
Masturbating?
No. Yeah, with the Dunklemans. No, I would just. No,
Do you remember the other day when I was like,
No, stop it.
I'm saying it. I was like, Barbara, your dad's hot.
Hey, Larry.
What's up, Larry? You want to go to a concert tonight?
Please stop. Please.
So yeah, hit me. Give me your best. Give me your worst.
I think we should like try to get it to go viral.
Oh God, no.
We're putting it out there. It's happening.
Oh no.
We got a couple thousand people
First
here.
of all, well, so it used to be uploaded to YouTube, and I think it got maybe 5,000 hits for some reason. And then I learned what the internet actually was and how easy it is to find things. So I went and I took down my entire YouTube channel and was like, I hope this never sees the light of day. So it's an exclusive for you guys.
The thing is, though, I think we've all filmed something or done something like that as a kid. Like, we all dressed up as the Spice Girls or the Backstreet Boys. Or
I do have another Spice Girls video if you want to watch it. Not with me.
Which Spice Girl were you? Please say scary.
Which Spice Girl was I? Oh, Sporty.
Sporty.
Some people really like Sporty Spice here. Like, yeah!
It's all the gays.
Elyse, Ashley?
Everyone knows what spice they were, right?
I mean, ginger.
Cinnamon?
I wish I was
that not one
Scary
of them?
Spice.
Cinnamon.
She's probably
cinnamon?
my favorite.
You are scary.
Yeah.
Barbara, you baby.
Well, here's the thing about me, and I said this yesterday on the ladies podcast, or ladies panel, I think. I went to a Jewish school, so I was the only blonde kid at school, because everyone's a brunette. So I was always baby. I was always Baby Spice, and I didn't even like Baby Spice.
Yeah, she was the worst.
She really was the worst. She still is.
Get fuck, Emma.
Anyone else? Sorry, I just burped. Anyone else have any comments?
Mariel,
questions?
I liked it.
Thank you so much, Barbara.
You make a great boy band.
What?
You make a wonderful boy
They're
band.
actually here right now.
You were very handsome.
Oh, thank you so much. I look like my brother. He's very handsome.
Did you ever do any boy band videos?
No, sadly, I actually never videoed anything. I
Well,
didn't have-
you video something.
I'm 56, so I didn't actually have
Okay, all right.
videos back
You're
then.
56. Come on,
Just,
we know who's
Excuse you.
56 here at this
Excuse
table.
you.
It's this one.
It's Bethany.
She calls me Grandma Beth. I'm sure you guys all know that by now.
Grandma Beth.
I'm not even the oldest one on the panel.
Yes, you are.
No,
You
I'm not.
brought 20 pairs of underpants that you call
Well,
underpants
I think
to
that's
RTX.
Underpants.
Why is everyone against that word?
Because it's weird!
Underpants, that's not weird.
All right, show of hands. Who calls them underpants?
See,
Okay,
I
there's
got
like 6 of
seven
you.
people.
I got like 8 hands.
All right, who calls them underwear?
What about
I only counted like 7.
what about panties?
I don't like panties. That's weird.
She was real proud right there. She was like, me.
Panties!
It just sounds gross. It's like the word moist.
Yeah, it sounds like it's meant to be pervy.
Anybody from the UK that says pants? My pants.
One person. Cool. 2 people. Ooh,
You're
I
like
want
this close to britches.
You're like this close. What'd you call me? What you call me? I felt really bad in that little intro video. Elyse wasn't there to film it because she lives in LA, and I
thought she wasn't there just because we didn't want her to be there.
I mean, a little bit of both. But at one point, I said, I hate that bitch. And I felt so bad about it after. And I had to ask Elyse, I was like, hey, by the way, I call you this in the video. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, Barbara's like, I got this great video. We call you a bitch in it. And I was like, what? I'm like, you're not selling it. You're not selling it.
Well, are we toasting? Are we roasting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any more
You can do
shade
both.
to throw?
You can do both.
What are we doing? Meryl? I'm toasting to that.
That's
I'm
a full
toasting.
toast.
Toast.
Absolutely. Toast.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Wait, I'm gonna take a Snapchat real quick because this is so surreal. So everyone just
Give a little thing. Oh my God! I really
Okay,
thought
thank
like
you.
10 people were going to show up to this panel. There's a
Yeah,
lot more
I
than
did too.
10.
I did too, and it was gonna be most of our family.
I think it's just gonna be the Feinsteins and the Dunkelmans and the Salcedos.
Cool. Well, as we do with the show, we're going to open it up to questions. We're probably not going to take as many questions as we do at other panels, just because we like to talk about each subject a little bit. And I think we have mics in the audience.
Are they there? Oh, we
One
got
over
one
here.
there.
Okay. So if we want to get maybe a couple people lined up, there's one over there and one over there. We probably won't get to that many of you, so if there's already like 10 people or so in line, I don't know if we'll get to you. Cool. Let's start over there.
Hello. I know you guys talked about pet peeves on one of your previous episodes, but what are some of your pet peeves of your significant others?
Ooh, Laura Keating, are you ready for this?
Oh, that was fast.
That sounds,
Sorry,
like a long list.
Bethany Feinstein, are you ready for this?
I'm perfect.
Yeah. In general, I would say like in a partner, if someone's rude to a waiter, like that's like, oh, this is not going to work out well.
Yeah, agree.
Also, if they are always drunk, which I know is ironic right now, that's also a turn off. So there's a lot of deal breakers for me, but in terms of like pet peeves, people who are just like rude and not friendly to my friends and things like that, definitely a pet peeve.
See, like chewing too loudly.
Just breathing, existing.
Too muscular, too handsome. Like,
Worse.
these are.
What about James? What do you not like about James?
Oh.
See, that was a joke.
How long
because
is this
I was implying that he's not handsome or muscular.
He plays Marvel Puzzle Quest incessantly and talks about it incessantly.
really like
And that is like a genuine
I think we have the
pet peeve
inventor of
mine.
that game over there. Someone really was excited about that game.
My problem with Bernie is that he'll eat all of like a snack in the cupboard, except he'll leave one in the box because then it means he didn't finish them,
Just wanna
so
throw
it's
it out.
okay. And so I'll get really excited. I'm in the mood. I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna have some cookies, or I'm gonna have some Ritz crackers, whatever. I
Bernie
get
does
it.
that to
I
us at
get
the office,
one.
too.
He does that all the time.
I get one, and he's like, I didn't finish them. You son of a bitch. You should have, because then I would have at least known they were gone and got more.
Yeah.
I
One
actually don't
is
mind
gone.
it, though. I don't mind it. Like, if I'm at the office and I see an open bag, I'm just like, Bernie was here.
Yeah. The Bernie chips.
Well, why doesn't he just throw them away?
Because I think Bernie wants to share. I think he's like, okay, I have this bag of cookies. I only want one or two. I'm gonna be nice.
I think he'd feel wasteful too.
I'm gonna be benevolent.
Does
bro
anyone
Bernie.
ever in our office see like an open bag of something and just start eating it? Well,
Yes.
okay.
Oh my
all the time?
As soon as I started saying it.
You, Bethany, you're assuming that we have standards. And we really don't.
You can't leave food out or else it's gone within like.
Yeah, food goes really fast in our office.
It's usually me.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. So, at what point do you think in a relationship where the age difference is too much and it becomes an issue? And if you want to answer, what the biggest age difference in a relationship for you has been?
How old are you? Like, I think Bethany's like,
Whoa,
what,
calm down.
25 years older than me?
Oh, I thought you were asking him how old he was. I was like,
asking
Mariel.
I thought you were asking him too.
No, Bethany, she's like, she's like double my age. So
I know, we're getting married, so.
we get through it. I don't know about that.
It's happening.
Bethany really wants to marry Mariel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think age, after you're 21 is kind of like, it doesn't really matter as long as like the person's older than you. So like if you're 21
Wait,
dating.
what?
Like if you're 21 and you're dating like a 35-year-old, I don't really think it matters.
Okay, do you want to know something really terrible that I
mean,
did
it has
last
to do with like phases though too. right? Like,
I mean, there are some hot grandpas
If you're like
around.
working professionally, you're dating a high school student, what the fuck are you gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Like, you'd be like, oh my god, like I had a test today, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, your fidget spinner broke.
What? Like,
Yo, what is this
nothing.
whipping and nay-nay I hear about? Is that a new sex move?
You're just like in very different places.
Yeah.
So once everyone's like up into the professional world and like you're in the same sort of like phases of life and you have those things in common, then sure, go for it. But beyond that, I don't know. I've done like 10 plus years and that's fine. And I've done shorter gaps where I'm like, yeah, this is not happening. You need to go do other
I'm just
things.
imagining like an older guy trying to court a younger woman. He's like, hello, milady, would you like to go dab? There's probably some people in this room that didn't even know what that meant. I don't even know what it means. I just wanted to say milady because Elyse is here.
Oh, thank you, milady.
You're welcome, milady.
Elyse, I will say that video that you put out for that
Hysterical.
shirt is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen.
Thank you. Thank you, Mariel.
My
Please
favorite
buy
part,
the shirt.
Yeah, my favorite part is at the end. You're like, please buy a shirt. They won't let me make any more.
Thanks, Mariel. I liked your dancing video from earlier, too.
I'll show you the moves later if you want me to.
Yes, please. Well, is she allowed to?
No, she's not.
I meant the dance moves.
I have never been in a situation where I've dated anybody with a major age difference.
How old is James?
He's 2 years older than I am. He's 33.
Woof.
Yeah, I know. A little long in the tooth. But I think like as long as neither party is taking advantage of or exploiting the other party, like as long as it's a healthy relationship, number is just kind of a number, I suppose.
I once went on a date.
Can't
I think I was 22. It was when I first moved to Austin. I went on a date with a 32-year-old, and it was like talking to a brick wall.
Oh God.
Probably just because the dude was boring.
Maybe, yeah. It's true. I guess it's like Ashley was saying, you have nothing in common, really.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about. How was school today? Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello. You guys are all absolutely gorgeous and important and lovely influencers in the
you.
community.
Did we just get called important?
Yes, you are so important
Nice.
to me in my life. But I just wanted to ask you guys what your favorite video games are of all time, and like if you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, like what would it be?
What's a video game?
I did an interview yesterday with IGN, and it's like obviously gaming focused, and one of the questions was, what do you think the game of the year this year is going to be? And I'm like,
What did you say?
anything on the Switch? 'Cause that's really up and coming.
They asked, Gus and I did an interview with IGN yesterday too, and they asked me, and I just looked at him.
Yeah. Help.
I don't play video games either, but Legends of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time on N64
That's
is like
awesome.
one of my favorite games of all time, and I will still play that forever.
I think if I could play a game forever, it'd be Portal 2. Or Skyrim. Yeah, those are two of my all-time favorite games, and I guess Skyrim's a little more. You could do a little more.
What's
with
up,
that.
Morrowind?
Do Fusuruda.
Ashley's so excited to answer this.
Well, I mean, so if you have one game to play forever, you'd probably I would recommend a sandbox like a Minecraft or something, simply because there is no end. There's always something to do, even if you have to make it up yourself. You're at least given the tools to do so. Favorite of all time? Can we break it down to genres? I mean,
I know. I'm
like as a favorite JRPG, Final Fantasy X. Favorite action RPG, Morrowind. Favorite.
This is gonna take the rest of the panel.
There's so
isn't it?
many. I can break it down a little bit, but we got we got Psychonauts in there. We got Portal. We've got Halo. We've got.
All right. Next question.
I still really like Myst. Oh goodness. Longest Journey.
I think Breath of the Wild is maybe the best Zelda game ever made and one of the greatest games of all time.
I would agree with you completely.
I love Catherine.
Catherine's so
Catherine's
weird,
like
and I
such an
love it.
underrated game. I love like other ton of indie games that I love and Owlboy.
Fun story about Catherine. Did you hear this? So Catherine came out. It came out after Persona 3, but in Persona 3, the guy.
I'm sorry. Is this glitch, please?
Is his name Vincent?
Yes,
still
yeah,
going.
he's in Persona 3. Like, just as a
Okay, next
cameo.
question.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the show.
Okay, cool.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hello. Okay, there we go. Hi. My question was, what's one of the most interesting things that you've learned from somebody from being on Always Open, from one of the guests or a recurring host?
I learned that Patrick wants to fuck a cat. I don't even know if we have enough to explain. Remember the movie Hocus Pocus, the cat? He said he wanted to fuck that cat. But he meant the boy that was the cat.
Yeah.
Either way, he wants to fuck cats.
I already knew that Patrick puts his dick up into his waistband.
Wait, have you seen it?
I already seen it.
I've seen Patrick's penis like 100 times.
I think we all have.
I haven't, Patrick.
Hopefully our HR team is not in the room right now.
Get on stage, show us your dick. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't.
Get on
Cut
up
the
here.
stream. Cut the stream.
The best thing we've learned. What have you learned from me, Mariel?
God, girl, you got some stamina.
Earmuffs,
DJ
Dunkelmania, earmuffs.
I mean, I think honestly, it's been just so fun to work with you, and it's been so nice and refreshing. And I learned that you aren't like a mega bitch, like I thought you always were.
Oh, thank you.
Barbara's been the best person since day one. So.
Oh.
On the episode
That was
I did,
so gay.
Bethany said that.
That's later today. It's not this panel.
Bethany said that she doesn't always feel confident about herself, and that's a regular thing. And I did not realize that from Bethany at all, because to me, Bethany is like somebody that always has her shit together, always has everybody else's shit together, and just like a flawless human being. And so I did not, I didn't picture you somebody that like had those insecurities, and I was like, man, even like, even like, even
Then we will fight you in defense of you.
So if like you see this perfect person, like
I'm not perfect.
It happens to everybody.
Just check Twitter.
I think something that I've learned from doing Always Open is just that like you're never alone in the stuff that you're experiencing. And I think that we get so many emails and so many tweets and messages from viewers being like, hey, this question that you guys addressed on the panel or on the show, I never realized that like someone else was experiencing what I'm experiencing. Like hearing you guys talk about it and going through that issue was like super helpful and eye-opening. And like I've had the exact same experience. Like we've brought up topics and I've had these lovely ladies and our other guests talk about stuff that they've been going through, and I'm like, I didn't realize that other people had this issue and were going through it. And like being able to talk about that stuff openly and even just like help even one person going through that kind of thing is like the most rewarding part.
And most importantly, Texas can beat a face like nobody's business, you guys.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
And those drinks, that's why we're so nice and loose.
Something I wanted to add to that is these ladies actually are the best people I've ever worked with, and I've done makeup for a very, very long time. So I just wanted to say what I've learned is that these people are the most amazing people, but I absolutely love getting Barbara and Mariel drunk. And Bethany, you're kind of always a little tipsy, so I'm like, did I get her fucked up? I don't think I did.
I think
did
she
she
just showed
come
up like
drunk already? I don't know. She already had champagne. It's fine. So, but I like seeing you guys drunk. It's kind of cute. So, Mariel, when you have when that little face happens, it's cute. So
Yeah,
I like
she gets
it.
really smiley.
She gets real rosy, and then they just kind of. She's like, yeah.
Texas works so hard. He has to make all of us look presentable for camera, do our hair, do our makeup, make our drinks, make the shots, like, and be ready to be on camera himself. So, guys, give it up for Texas, man.
Also,
it is not hard to make this panel look pretty. I mean, seriously.
Girl, you saw me this morning, girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
you saw me
You
this
knew
morning
how fucked
too.
up I was.
I was scared. I'm actually wearing makeup today. So.
I will say, since we're singing praises, though, we have an amazing crew and everything, and it's been so wonderful working with them. And some of them are here right now, sitting over there.
Yeah.
We have Peyton, who's our director. We have Christian, who's one of our PAs, and Mike the mic guy.
Mike.
They make the show happen, and we really appreciate you guys.
And Ben.
Yeah.
Right
Oh, and
there.
Ben. There's Ben. And anyone else I miss, if I can't see you, we love you.
Yeah. You know what I also love though is that like no topic is really off the table.
It's
We
not-
talk
nothing is
about like
off
a lot of
topic.
like crazy like crazy personal stuff that normally wouldn't see the light of day in a conversation. And we can talk about that stuff and have really frank conversations. And it's nice to just be able to discuss stuff and then have people say thank you for talking about stuff like it's normal, because it is. Yeah. Everyone up here poops. Like, this is like a thing.
Don't tell them. I'm just kidding.
Pooped right before this.
Twice today already, and it's noon.
It's noon.
Elyse actually does poo a lot. I learned that we took a group trip to New Zealand, and she.
Are they like little deer pellets? Like there's like little tiny.
No, I wish they were. Anyway, that's another podcast.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again. First of all, just like running into you guys last night and like dancing and singing was just the entire highlight of my RTX.
I have no idea what
we
you're
went to
talking
bars
about.
last night. It was so fun.
I'm sorry for my behavior last night.
Me
No,
too.
it was great. But I just wanted to ask how you manage the social pressure to like post on social media and then also like comparing yourselves to others online.
I don't really feel the pressure to post or do anything. I mean, I didn't even know what Twitter was before I got to Rooster Teeth.
I know, I had to teach Bethany.
You taught me a lot.
Like, this is a hashtag.
I don't know. It just feels kind of natural now. I don't know. You post a lot too. So
I
like,
think,
what would you?
well, I think there's a lot of pressure, especially being a female in this industry. We talked about it on the ladies panel as well, so if you were there, I apologize that you're hearing the story twice, but I think a lot of us, you know, it's a very competitive industry, and when you're a woman in almost any industry, but especially entertainment and gaming and YouTube, you're constantly getting compared to other people. You're constantly getting compared in terms of your looks, in terms of your weight, if you're funny, whereas if you have a group of guys, it's like no one really comments on that kind of stuff.
I'm still not clear if thick is a good thing or a bad thing.
Ooh,
I don't know.
If it's 2 C's, it's very good.
It depends on who's saying it.
She thick.
It's all context, really.
All I see is thick, and I'm like, do I need to lose weight or is this a good thing? I don't know.
I think if it's 2 C's, it's good.
Or
I'm
if
seeing a
it's-
lot of nodding.
Or if it's
okay.
not. If you're thick, whatever.
Also, yeah, everybody is beautiful in its own way, so. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite of you guys. I feel pressured all the time.
Yeah.
Like I should make a post today on Twitter, and I should say something funny. And I also really feel like I like go to work and it's a very public job. So when I go home, I kind of just feel like sequestering myself a lot, or like decompressing and being more introverted. But then I also still have that pressure of like, well, I want to make sure that everybody that tweets at me, I acknowledge in some way or respond to, and it can sometimes feel like a little like draining in that way for me, just because of my personality. But yeah, it definitely like Barb was saying, like it kind of weighs on you, like seeing what other people are doing online, and then you get caught up in that social race of like they're doing cool stuff, so I should be too. But then I think everybody gets that same thought. We're all thinking the same way, really, when it comes down to it.
I think there's always that fear too that if you don't post something every day, or at least very often, that people are going to forget about you.
Yeah, you're out of the zeitgeist.
And like deep down, like we all know that's not the case, and that like, you guys are wonderful, and like just because we don't post a day or a couple days, people are going to forget about us. But it's like that thought of I need to stay relevant, because everything changes so quickly and so rapidly in this industry that you don't want to become like someone else to become the new hotness, I guess.
Yeah. I post way less on social media than I used to. Like I'll post like on average like once every couple days, whereas I used to post a couple times a day, and now it's like, well, is what I'm doing right now really that interesting? Does anybody give a shit? Or am I being like, oh my God, someone games less? Like I don't know if I'm being self-indulgent by being like, here's what I'm doing today. Or like, here's my food pictures. I'm like, I don't know, does anyone care? I don't know. I feel a pressure to post, but then I also feel pressure for it to be interesting, and I'm like, is my life that interesting?
Yeah, and then you just give up.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'll do it later. Yeah. I'm sure like my Twitter draft list is super long of all the things that I was like, and then forgot about.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. So, Barbara, on your recent trip to Los Angeles, I was following your Snapchat, and you said that you went to the diner that you got your inspiration for the set of Always Open, but you never mentioned what the name of that diner was.
Oh.
What is the name?
So there's a hotel in Los Angeles called The Standard.
It's downtown.
Downtown Los Angeles, and there's a diner there that I ate at 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. It has like yellow couches and what's going on?
I was trying to open this water bottle and it's really hard.
But yeah, no, I took some pictures, and that's honestly like when we were choosing what the set would look like and how we wanted the show to look. I was like, let me send some pictures of this place because that's kind of what I have in mind. I think yellow is such a unique color for Rooster Teeth. We don't really have anything that's yellow.
We got Yang.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, Marcus, who's our art director, him and his team actually based all the colors on the set off of Yang. So you'll see some browns in there, some purple like on her little sash thing, and yeah, it's all based off Yang actually, a little bit.
So
Thank you.
You said The Standard?
The Standard.
The Standard. It's like if you just go to the Standard, it's
a hotel. Yeah. It's right downtown.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm a teacher, and
Thank you.
it's
Thank you.
often
Thank you for being a
Thanks.
teacher.
Yes. It's often
No,
hard.
seriously, teachers are great.
Thanks. It's often hard to kind of see the impact that you're making. And so is there, or like was there a teacher that has made a lasting impact on your life?
I do. Ms. Eller, my high school, she was my high school, it was an English and lit teacher. She actually was one of the people, when I was growing up, I grew up in a very small town, 4,000 people, didn't really have makeup artist. Merle Norman was the big thing there. So we had a Sonic and Dairy Queen. So that was it. So I didn't really have an outlet, and she was one of the one teachers that actually kind of pushed me, and she kind of knew I was a creative person, and so I write short stories, and she was really encouraging, and not many other people were. So it was her, and I actually still think about her to this day when I'm doing something creative, because she was very artsy herself, and I remember her pulling me apart from some of the group, because I was a little bit kind of a nerd back then, and still am, and she was kind of like, hey, you're good at this, you should really follow this and do this, and so I will always, always and forever remember that from her. So yeah, so good job, you're amazing.
Yes. I had a professor in university. He was a marketing professor, and I don't know if I've had a teacher necessarily that has made an impact such as that, but like something that this professor said has like changed the way I live my life and think about life in general. He said that 10% of your life is what happens to you, and 90% of your life is how you react to that. And that has changed my perspective on everything. Like if you wake up in the morning, you spill coffee on your pants, you could either like be grumpy the rest of the day and like yell at this barista and like yell at that person and like rush through traffic and like
Be
cut
rude to
someone
your
off.
waiter.
And it affects like it affects so many people when you react like that. Or you could be like, that happened. I can't do anything to change it. Let me just keep going. And yeah, so him telling me that was like mind-blowing, life-changing. Yeah. Anyone else?
I had a teacher in 4th grade, and she dared me. I couldn't read a 400-page book in a week. I was, I was like 4th grade. That was a big book. It was I think it was My Friend Flicka, and which is about a horse, by the way. I was like, I can absolutely do that, and set myself to the challenge of reading this entire book in a week. And it was actually very formative for me becoming a big reader, because I pushed myself through and had this amazing experience and was visualizing everything. And from that point on, I was a constant reader. But I don't know that I would have been if she hadn't given me the extra nudge for it. So I thank her for that.
Thank
you. Thank you.
I have a lot of great teachers, but I really admire what you do. So
We
thanks.
said thank you.
Okay,
Please keep
Barbara,
talking.
I have a question for you.
But Elyse, finish what you
Finish.
Oh, I was just saying, we thank you. We admire you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a teacher.
Oh, and she's gone.
Oh, she's not even there.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, she went home.
Thank you.
Barbara, how are you doing post-food tour?
God, I had some mean shits that night. I found pieces of everything we ate during the day.
Oh my God.
The reason
What's up? Who wants lunch? Who's hungry?
You ain't gotta be that open.
The reason I ask is, I'll be right back. No, I'm not joking. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go poo-poo?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
It's finally all coming through, and I've never been happier.
Okay.
Yeah, my food is finally
Okay,
coming
we'll see
through.
you in a couple minutes then.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
I'll be like right backstage dropping a deuce.
Oh.
I actually don't know if she's being serious or not.
She really actually has to go.
Really do gotta
Being
go.
serious. This is amazing. Let us know how it goes. We're gonna want a rating on a scale from 1 to 10, Ashley.
Oh my God. Cool.
This is amazing. I think this is the first time someone has left a panel to go shit. That's incredible. Holy crap. Literally.
Who's next?
I think we're on that side.
Yeah.
Hi, I was wondering, do you have any funny stories when you were a kid?
No.
None. I hated my childhood.
I used to be really into country music, and I wanted to be Shania Twain growing up. And I think I've talked about this. I just heard my brother. He was like,
Did
the
you
stories
film a
about me.
video?
I did. Actually, we do have a lot of home videos. So my brother, Luis, he's a middle child, so he's kind of attention seeking, and he's fun. We love him very much. He's here, and
You guys have the same smile, by the way. It's really creepy. It's almost like you're related.
Almost. But anyway, so I would like dress up, and I think I might have told this story before, but anyway, I would dress up in my little like Shania Twain gear, turn on CMT, and just like, you know, let's go girls, let's start dancing in front of the TV. My mom would bring out her camera and start filming it. And when Luis would see that, and he's like, you're getting attention and not me? Like, hold on. So he'd run in front of the TV and like dance around and just like make me so fucking angry, and I couldn't handle it. And all I wanted, like, I would see red, and I was like, you have to die now. Like, you took this from me, you have to die. So I'd run to the kitchen, grab a butter knife, and just chase him around the house with it and try and stab him.
Did you?
I don't know.
Did
I don't
you
think
get
I
him?
ever. No, he's very quick.
I don't know.
He looks like he survived.
My sister, or my twin sister's here, Hillary.
Hillary.
And like twins can be really creepy. Like, so we used to play like really creepy games that like would entertain us a lot as kids. But now that I'm an adult, like we used to like play like one of us would be Santa and the other would be like the little girl sitting on the lap, and we'd be like, ho ho ho, what do you want for Christmas, little girl? And we would say, your head on a stick. And I don't know why.
Christ.
I have no explanation.
Did you guys have a secret language?
My parents always said we used to kind of talk to each other through the cribs, but I don't know about a secret language. Yeah, we just played like creepy games like that, and we'd always like pull the heads off our Barbie dolls.
Okay.
You're everything that's
And
wrong.
then we were
with
also
childhood.
witches for a period of time.
Oh,
You haven't
just
stopped.
dropped that at the end.
Is that
And
period
we were
still
also
going
witches.
on?
I was doing like this, there was this maze set up at like the Ontario Science Center or something, and I was probably 5, and my sister and I were going through the maze, and I got scared for some reason because we couldn't get out, and so I dipped under one of the dividers and left the maze, and there had been a guy in a crow's nest commenting on the maze for some reason on a loudspeaker. So when we went out, he was like, "Oh, they're escaping the maze. They're escaping the maze." So like as like a 5-year-old, I got shamed by this like asshole in this crow's nest. And I was like, even at the time, I was like, I'm the child, he's the adult. Like, doesn't he know? But yeah, that's
My brother used to torment me a lot. Hi, Steven. He's here.
Oh, I didn't see you.
There's video of us playing together. I think I was an infant, and he had a little Spider-Man doll, and he used to just hit it on my head. And I think he was just trying to like bounce it like playing, but it was like very aggressive. And it probably explains a lot about why I am the way I am these days. And then one time when I was 2 and he was 4, I'm looking at them for reassurance. We were in Florida, and I was in a stroller, and my parents took me out of the stroller, and Steven sat in my stroller, and I did not like that. So I went over to him and I scratched him under his eye, and he has a scar to this day.
Oh, God.
From little baby Barbara's fingernail. So I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
This question's for all of you. Who would you want to appear on Always Open that hasn't yet?
Alex Whitman.
Oh my God, Alex Whitman.
Oh, there she is.
Alex, stand up and dance.
We always talk about one of the girls in Bethany's apartment. Her name is Alex. We always talk about all the pranks she's pulling, like how entertaining she is. She always keeps us laughing, and she's always dancing, and she's here. Stand up. You have to
Just
stand
stand up.
Everyone has to know who you are.
Stand up or you're fired.
This is Alex.
It's Alex. There. Oh, yeah, girl. Look at her go. Hey, get up here and do that.
She's so short that no one could see her, so
No one
everyone's
saw it.
like,
No one saw it.
yeah, where the fuck is she?
She's back!
Woo, how was it?
Do you ever have that thing where it's almost like your body's like red alert, where you start to get like sweaty?
Yeah.
And you get like these weird like hot flashes like in your head.
It's like that scene
and
from
you can
Kill Bill
See,
that's
you can
like,
see the red, and you can hear the like, "Roog, roog," and like, okay, I can be polite and sit here, and if I'm lucky, the worst that'll happen is I'm gonna turtle a little bit. Or I can be rude and excuse myself and maybe not do that to myself.
Did you just say turd a little
I
bit?
did. You know, where it just like pokes its little head out?
Oh. Isn't that prairie dogging?
Yeah, it's a little like a little
Prairie dogging, whatever.
Same thing. I don't know.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say Hannah, who does RT Live.
Oh my God, Hannah!
Oh, she does not like that.
I don't know if she would ever
She
do
is
it though.
the best.
She really is the best
Great
human
producer, humble person, but she would be fantastic on RT. Always Open.
Duly noted.
So Hannah.
Even though she's like, kill me now.
Oh God.
I really would like eventually to get Grace Helbig and Mamrie Hart on the show. Yeah, because we had Hannah.
We had Hannah, and she was so much fun.
We love those girls. They're wonderful. They're so funny, and I think they'd be perfect for the show.
Oh God, Steven Suptic.
Oh my God.
Kib.
A little chicken boy,
Kib.
little chicken boy.
I wouldn't be able to handle it if Kib was on though. 'Cause
Mariel would, I think, turn straight for Kib.
I love Kib. Kib, if you're out there, let's
He's
meet
not.
up. Let's
I
hang
want
out.
Patrick Salazar to be on the show.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like Patrick.
Patrick has some crazy stories.
A lot of people want an episode with Texas.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We'll see.
We'll see. It'll happen.
Just keep doing my makeup good. We'll see what happens.
It'll always be.
Cool. Thank
Or,
you.
or you know, like Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah. That's
You know,
it.
if anybody knows him, like just like you know,
He's
connect
casual.
us.
He's like, you know.
Oh, I would love the girls from the podcast Guys We Fucked.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Karen and Georgia from My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder.
Yeah. Do you guys know that there's a podcast called Guys We Fucked? That's literally the name of the podcast. And that's almost like where I took inspiration for our show. So it's two girls who live in New York. They're comedians. They're fucking hilarious. If you like Always Open, I highly suggest you check out their podcast. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Hello. First of all, Mariel, I'm here. You don't have to hunt me down and kill me like you said you would do yesterday if I didn't come to your panel.
Oh my God! I did not say that. You're making me sound like a very violent person.
Well, I said
It's
Josh
not like I
would
chased
kill
my
me,
brother
and you
around
said
with
you'd kill me
knives.
too.
I remember
so-
that. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, definitely. My
won't kill you.
question. Oh my God. Okay. All right. You and Josh Flanagan, you're gonna come murder me. All right. My question is, what is the weirdest thing you've had to explain to an authority figure or a parent, and that you were just like, I have to make this sound as not weird as possible?
One time I did a scavenger hunt here in Austin for this festival called Fun 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 Fest. And my friends and I were trying to win tickets, and it was like if you were in a group and you dressed up, you could get more points for your scavenger hunt. So we all went to Lucy in Disguise, which is here in Austin, and found a bunch of just like vegetable and fruit costumes. We called our team the produce department. So we were like running around town, and one of the tasks was to actually like get arrested. And it was like 500 points, you know? And we were like, holy shit, if we can do that, then like we're solid, we're good. And so I was in this peach costume. I think I have a picture. I'll tweet it later if I can find it. But I was in this peach costume with this little like peach topper hat, like running around downtown trying to find a cop to arrest me. And so like I found a cop and I was like, hey, like we're doing this scavenger hunt. Like I need you to arrest me. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, please do it. Like we want to win. Like we're trying to get these tickets. We're all broke college kids. And he was like, well, I can't, you haven't done anything wrong. And I was like, is this my chance? Like, what, can I steal your car? I don't know, what do I do?
Did you make out with him?
I did, no, and that's, so yeah. No, I was just like, I was like, I need some kind of proof that like, and he was like, well, I can put you in the back of my squad car. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So there's a picture of me, and I have this like little peach hat, and I'm just like, in my little peach costume, and I'm just looking sad as hell, like in the back of a squad car. And we didn't win, but we got the points. So that was all. It's a good story. But yeah.
I think we're going to take one more question, then I have a little surprise for you guys.
Oh, God. Okay.
So I don't know which side we're on. Maybe one or two.
So growing up in my household, emotions were kind of like if you had any confrontational emotions, you just ignore it. Parents, kids, whatever. So being in a relationship for now, whenever we get angry at each other, my response to being angry is just don't. So I was wondering, how do you guys deal with your own anger in a relationship?
Relationship. Oof, that could be difficult.
It can be tough.
I don't get angry too often, which I know is like a cop-out answer. But I usually just think like, am I getting angry for reasons that are internal and that is something that's wrong with me, or am I projecting that onto that person, or is it actually, am I angry because of something that person did? So I think it's always having that moment to reflect on the situation and think like, am I internalizing some issue that I'm having, or did this person really fuck up and do something really shitty? So I think it all depends on context, but I think always just taking a moment to breathe and trying to see someone else's side of things before reacting right away.
Yeah, like a lot of times what I end up doing is just going and like spending some time by myself so I don't blow up and say something that I can't take back. And sometimes that works, and then if I want to be really unhealthy about it, I'll wait, and then when we go out for a night on the town, I'll drink a bunch and then get mad.
There you go. Yeah, James and I, like, we will get, into, like, arguments or upset with one another, and then usually one of us, like, makes a joke, and then ultimately sort of deflates the situation, and then we just end up, like, joking or insulting each other. But, yeah, I try to, like, do the same thing where I try to tell, because I'll get, like, irrationally mad at him, and then I try to tell myself, like, am I doing this rationally, or did I just, have a bad thing, and now I'm putting it on him? And he's really good about saying, like, nah, like, that's your way out of here. Like, get out of here, but, cool.
The worst is when you know that you're so upset, and you know that it's not rational, and you're trying to, like, talk yourself
Yeah, you've
off
gone
the
too
ledge,
far.
but you just can't not be mad.
Yeah.
That sucks. Because then you have, like, all this energy, but you know it's not fair to unleash it.
Yeah.
Life's hard.
Well, let's take one more.
Okay, thank you.
And then we'll show you what we got in store.
First, I kind of want to say sorry to Bethany because we actually met last night in an elevator, and I had no idea. My mind kind of blanked, and I stepped immediately out of the elevator and turned around like, oh shit.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but my question was, so when you guys first started, was it like kind of awkward coming out of the show after like talking about everything? I mean, now it's kind of normal, but like when you first started, was it like weird?
Are you talking about starting the show?
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever really a thing of being awkward because we're all like friends, like we're not, like the whole premise of the show was we just want to sit down, get drunk with our friends like we would any other night and film it and put it out there. So there's never been, I mean, it always felt so natural because it was something that we were already doing, and it was just like a natural progression to try and make content out of it.
I also really like that there's, the cast changes up every time, and so sometimes I get to overshare to new people. It's always a really exciting time.
Yeah, it's fun to have the coven on the show.
Coven. Yeah, the coven.
That's the nickname for the show.
We're a bunch of witches. So yeah, cool.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Bethany, Mariel,
Barbara, Mariel.
y'all have just been flirting with each other.
Oh my God.
You're so in love. Bethany's been talking for months about wanting to get married to you.
Do we have anyone in here that's ordained?
Me. So I think we're gonna have a little wedding right now.
Wait, no, this was a joke. No, this is a joke, right? We're not actually doing this. We're doing it. Oh my God. Our families haven't even met. Feinsteins, Salcedos, Feinsteins. Where everyone's here. We got the Feinsteins, we got all of you guys. My girlfriend's here. I can't believe she made it to my wedding.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Laura.
Okay.
A veil?
Just throw it on my. Oh, you're gonna do it. Okay.
All right.
Careful, my tracks, bro.
Do you want to be the ring bearer, Texas? All right.
I can't wait to finally lose my virginity.
Finally.
Hey, welcome. Oh, this is a beautiful day.
Dearly beloved, I don't know why I'm doing this. We are gathered here today. Here, I'm between you guys. Don't you know? I mean, I don't know why I'm talking like this. Bethany, Mariel, we are gathered here today to celebrate the love of these two ladies. Oh, what a mitzvah. Okay. Bethany, do you take, I don't know what the fuck you guys do. Do you give this lady away?
I do.
Ima ve'aba, tov me'od, mazel tov. Okay, do you give this lady away?
We do.
Yes, we do.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm so verklempt. All right. Bethany, do you take this Mariel Salcedo to be your lawful wedded wife? Is that the word?
Always.
And Mariel, my little Mexican babushka, do you take this Bethany Feinstein to be your lawful wedded wife?
See.
Do we have the ring? Oh my God, we have rings. We only have one ring.
It's fucking mine.
Please place this ring on this Feinstein's finger.
Feinstein's finger. Oh my God, I'm shaking. I can't believe.
All right. With the powers vested in me in this great state of Texas, at this RTX 2017, I now pronounce you wife and wife. You may kiss the bride. That's not a kiss. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a bouquet toss. And everyone stay in your fucking chairs. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. Does this yarmulke look good on me or what? All right, at the same time. Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of that bit. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this panel.
When did we all get Jewish?
And thank you so much for watching Always Open. We started this show as just a little fun thing that we wanted to try out. We had no idea what the response would be like, and you guys literally make our lives amazing. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And please keep watching it forever.
We'll see you next time. We're back in
see you
August.
tonight at the reception.
Oh yeah, Always Open happy hour. If you're going to that, we'll see you there.